Hello, everyone. It's 4:03 on September 21st, 2020 for LCEA Lake County Schools bargaining session. We'll start with a roll call from the district. Chad Farnsworth.
Jamie Sidoric. Sorry.
It's okay.
Jamie Sidoric.
Linda Shepherd Miller.
Jake Stein.
Julie Llewellyn.
And Michelle's in here too. I think she might have been under somebody else when they spoke. All right, I think that, oh, and we've got Scott Ward's back as our special guest from the district.
Cool, thank you. Stuart Klatt, LCEA.
You're on mute,
Kirsten
Kathy.
Olafson. Yep. Kathy Smith, LCEA.
Tony Beckett, LCEA.
Amy Gordon, LCEA.
Tracy Wood, LCEA.
Melissa Newman, LCEA.
All right. Scott, I'm glad you're here. And I thought we had a really good time meeting with you, going through some of the options last week. And I'm going to impose on you, if I may, and have you kind of go through mainly scenarios 1, 6, and 8, if you can kind of summarize those. I think everyone, I sent my folks all a copy of the whole thing. Was there any other scenarios you guys wanted kind of explained?
I can do that, Stuart. Thank you.
I
No
appreciate
problem.
it, Scott. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, give me just a second to get my other screen up and running. That way I can share it. Now, with so
I gave you hosting capability.
oh, thank you. And
I think, Scott, it would basically be the last one that you had sent us with the 4 scenarios. He just didn't put in the one of them, but
I'm back. Sorry, my internet just went out. Give me just a second. Okay, so I'm sorry, Stuart, will you say which options do you wanted to go over?
Well, you sent us a page, I think, with just 4 options, but I'm looking.
yeah, that would be the one that would be
Scenario.
I think the original option 2, additional option 6, and additional option 8. And so
right.
Back to you guys. Y'all, I think y'all relabeled them maybe in C, D.
We did.
Yeah.
Okay. So option number 2 was the original option number 2 that we shared last week. And that would provide the non-classroom instructional moved up to the new classroom teacher minimum of $44,750. And that would impact 255 employees. And then all instructional between 40,400 and 44,132 will have received more than a 1.4% increase and would not get any additional funding from the 20% piece. And then that was 1,609 employees. And then 1,185 employees would receive a 1.4% increase when combined with anything that they may have received with the 80% allocation. So that was the original option number 2 that we had discussed earlier. The additional option number 6, which I believe was y'all's C. Am I correct, Kathy?
Yes.
Okay. So that one is non-instructional moved to 44,750. All instructional between 40,400 and 44,309 will have received more than a 1% increase from the 80% allocation. All instructional between 44,310 and 47,499 will receive a 1% increase when combined with their 80% allocation if they receive any of their 80%. And then all instructional between 47,500 and 50,999 will receive a 1.5% increase. And then all instructional over 51,000 would receive a 2% increase. And then option number 8, I believe your option number D, was non-instructional classroom moved to 44,750. All instructional between 44,400 and 44,249 would have received more than a $500 increase from the 80%. All instructional from 44,250 and 47,499 will receive a $500 increase when combined with their 80% allocation. All instructional between 47,500 and 52,999 will receive a $750 increase. All instructional between 53,000 and 59,799 will receive a $1,000 increase. And then all instructional between, all instructional, let's see, between, that must be a typo. Let me go back to the original.
Yeah, that's the end of it, I believe, Scott.
Okay, so the ones that there would be 80 of them that would be above the 59,799, or above the 5300. No, it's 59,799. I have to go back and confirm that, but they'd get a 1350. I'm sorry. It's I can look at it in a few minutes, but so anyway, I can share that screen with you guys, that email, if it makes it easier on everybody. And I can also confirm that last number. It looks like I made a typo. You guys see the email now?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Is there any way you could make it just a little bigger?
Does that help?
Not yet.
I don't know how to make it focus in on it anymore, guys. Sorry about that. Okay, so I did confirm that the on option number 8, the 1350 increase starts at 59.8.
Can you put the other screen back on where it has the email and not your Excel spreadsheet?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Does that help?
Yes, thank you.
So Scott, where does that typo exist in this?
So where it says 80 down at the bottom, additional option number 8,
Yeah.
it should say, it should start.
Oh, okay. I see where it didn't pick up.
Yeah, so
okay.
it should start at 59,800. And so everybody 59,800 and up should receive a 1350 increase.
I got you.
All right, folks, any questions for Scott? All right, talkative group. Thank you, Scott, for taking the time, putting this all together and sharing it with us on, what was it, Friday? So unless folks have any questions, I would like to go into a caucus. So if you have questions to Scott, now would be the time. Okay. So how are we going to do a caucus here, Mr. Farnsworth?
If you want, we can, let me see here what our best practice was last time with it. Let me,
You don't have it set up with different rooms, do you?
no, I do not. Let me, we could, you probably, I know we had separate outside rooms set up last time. And
I have a
just,
separate room set up outside.
okay, so what, if you guys, I'll leave, we'll pause recording whenever it's time. And if you guys want to leave, I'll leave this room open so you guys can come back into it. My group, we'll probably just stay in this room. I don't think we have a whole lot of in-depth stuff to go over yet. So we'll stay here. If you guys want to exit out, I'll go ahead and pause this for caucus, and you get that way you guys can come on back in whenever you're ready.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right, it is 4/16, September 21st, 2020. Lake County Schools and LCEA bargaining going to caucus. Okay, welcome back from caucus. It's 4:43 on 9/21/2020. Stuart, you want to go ahead?
All right. We want to thank you for the time and the work that Scott's put together in this. I'm going to tell you, we don't necessarily agree with your interpretation, but we know we've got to pursue and get things happening. We have a few people who have some clarifying questions for Scott, and then we're ready to make our recommendation.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead with questions.
Is there any way that you could share your screen again on the email?
Yes, ma'am. 1 second.
Thank you.
Okay.
Can
Can you see it?
Maybe up just a little more. There, that's perfect.
Okay.
We really want to see options 6 and 8 clearly on the screen if possible.
Okay. There you go.
Okay,
right
perfect.
there.
So I guess my question is, and this is just coming from the past, so bear with me, as our bargaining from last year, I want to make sure all means all. So let's say we're looking at that option 6. If you have a non-classroom teacher, let's say they're at 44,500, okay? Are they getting anything else in this scenario or just being moved to 44,750?
So Maybe it would be easier if I showed you like the other spreadsheet, because it kind of, that's how I would follow it better. Let me just stop sharing this for a second and share this. Okay, so let me go highlight. You said 6, right?
Yes. I think it would be the same for 6 or 8.
Okay, I highlighted that. So what you said 44.3?
Let's say they had, or 5, 44.5.
Okay. So 44.5, which we don't have a perfect 44.5, but we got a 495 and a 520. So you can see right here.
No, you're not sharing your screen.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was. Can y'all see that now?
Yeah.
The spreadsheet, okay. So right there where it crosses, you'll see that here is the part that they would get. This is the part that they would get for the classroom teacher minimum being moved up. And then this would be the amount that they would have added to that, and that would equal $500. Let me check the math to make sure.
So is that,
That's the amount they would make.
did you say a non-classroom?
Yes.
Yeah, so it would not matter whether they were a classroom or not. They would get a minimum of, they would get $500 if they got partial of the 80% funding, okay, from the classroom teachers. They would get the difference between 500 and what they've already gotten. If they were a non-classroom teacher, they would have gotten 0. So they would get the full 500 amount. So maybe this one, can y'all see that spreadsheet of the comparisons?
Yes.
Okay, so it would be scenario number 6, and you said 44.5?
Yes.
Okay.
So in that one, it's showing 445.
Okay, and that's a typo. That should be 500. So hold on, scenario number 6. Scenario number 6, right? We're doing scenario number 6?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
And guys, I'm sorry, there's a lot of numbers, and believe it or not, I lose track sometimes. Okay, that one's not the $500 minimum. That's the 1%. So they get 1%. Okay, I'm sorry. That's why that doesn't add up the way that I thought it was in my head. So yes, they would get $445, which would be a full 1% of what they were making, because they wouldn't get any of the 80%. They'd get 0, but they would still be brought up the 1%, and they would be the equivalent of a classroom teacher. They'd get the same. And that, and please remember from the conversation the other day, we talked about it today, but this also includes the pre-K certified teachers that are not ESE. It is included in this because we've added other funds to cover that cost outside of the teacher minimum.
That's what I was just trying to verify that, because they're not going to qualify for the 80. So to make sure those pre-K teachers are taken care of,
Yes,
because the way that I read it in the
ESE
email,
pre-K.
it says all instructional, which, isn't necessarily always classroom.
So just for clarification, the 80% cannot be spent on non-ESE pre-K.
Right.
The 20% cannot be spent on non-ESE pre-K. So we are having to use other funds outside of this, but we're going ahead and adding that in this conversation and calculation now so that everybody gets the same.
Okay, thank you.
So that would be true as we go up the scale, that non-classroom and classroom would be at the same levels.
Yes.
We're not going to see a dual system.
Okay. We're going to be equal on both sides. They may get a portion of the 80 and not get the 20, or they may get all 20 and no 80, but their rates will be the same. They're
Bottom,
consistent.
the gross amount.
Yes, their gross amounts will be the same. Yes, sir.
Okay. Any other questions from my folks?
Well,
So,
I'm sorry, the only other one we talked about was in scenario 8, just making sure that that typo is corrected, that bottom one is 59, I think it was 59.9.
Yeah, and so in the comparison and the spreadsheet that I also emailed, it was correct. I just copied the line down and I forgot to change the first number. But yes, it is correct.
Thank you.
It's been corrected.
So, Kathy, we were looking at the one relabeled option C, whatever, the one we were just talking
Which is
about.
6 that he is showing there.
Yeah,
Scenario 6.
is that the one we're
D
saying
is
we
6
can live with?
and D is 8.
Okay. So Kathy, our recommendation is?
The bargaining team has decided that it would be more equitable if we did option C. And it would
Is
help.
our old scenario number 6, correct, Kathy?
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
And it would help more of our instructors.
Okay.
I hope we did the math correctly, but I think we did.
So,
Okay.
Stuart, if you guys are C6, C/6, if you guys are on board for that, would we're supportive of you guys' decision in that. Your plan then is to take that out to ratification ASAP with your folks?
That would be our plan, yes.
Okay.
And somewhere in there, I know because we didn't do it last time and it caused us some headaches later on. Can we put exactly in the language who it all includes so that we don't have the issues we had last time?
Well, I guess the better question is it excluding anybody out of the bargaining unit?
It shouldn't be, but I
I'm
think
assuming it is not, since since they're including the pre-K.
I think people are just
everybody.
right, and they're just nervous from last time.
I think everybody is. That wasn't fun.
I'm not aware of anybody that's not included in this. Chad, I don't know if you guys know of anything that I'm not aware of, but I think this includes all classes of instructional bargaining team.
Yeah, in the front page of Article 1, it lists the folks that are
Right.
in. So you've got athletic trainer, certified school counselor, content area coach, curriculum resource teacher, ELL school specialist, ESE school specialist, high school graduation facilitator, NLA of learning specialist, instructional coach, instructional dean, instructional technology facilitator, intervention support teacher. We've had since a past teacher, library media specialist, literacy coach, pre-K resource teacher, potential specialist, program specialist, psychologist, school testing specialist, social worker, speech language pathologist, and then teacher. So your classroom teacher and your pre-K resource teacher, which will be an ESE resource teacher, are those funded by FEFP and our classroom teachers. So those will be in the 80%, correct, Scott?
I'm sorry, say that again, that last piece, Chad.
Your pre-K resource teacher, which would be your ESE pre-K teacher, and your classroom teacher would be the 80% group.
Correct.
And then all those other ones I listed off would be in your 20% group. And some of them would flop over if they were classroom or pre-K ESE and did not get a up to 2%. Some of their agreed amount would come from the 20%. And then outside of that, the district has, for option 6, pushed in $84,137 to cover the non-pre-K ESE classroom teachers. So I think that's everybody. Can anybody think of anyone else?
I thought the 84 was for the ESE pre-K.
The 80 is for ESE pre-K. They're included in
It
that.
is,
Yes, sir.
okay.
Yeah.
I knew the regular pre-K was by statute, but I wasn't
they're
sure about
not.
the ESE.
Your ESE pre-K are covered by FEFP, and then it's your regular pre-K teachers that are not ESE that are not included, and we will be covering.
I thought they were
They're
covered.
funded. I'm sorry, Stuart. Our regular pre-K, they're covered under the VPK program. It's a different set of funding.
Right.
So
Okay.
those would not be included in this. But that's where they're included in our offer because we are putting in additional funds to cover that. We just cannot use the 80 or 20% for them.
Okay. All righty.
So, Stuart, do you have like a timeline that you guys are thinking?
Well, we can do the MOU, and then that way you can get the school board approval, and then we will work as quickly as we can. And, but I mean, if we do it as an MOU, we can then, and get school board approval, get your October 1 stuff, and then just get approval as quick as we can.
Okay, so both sides will start moving towards ratification as soon as we have a signature. Tomorrow I can have something ready, and one way or another, if you guys are in town, or we can have somebody bring it to you.
You can bring it to me. It's my birthday. You can bring me a present.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
All right, happy birthday. Okay, well,
We'll do something. We'll make it. Yeah.
all right, we'll get on that, and I'll have something for a signature tomorrow for you guys.
All right. Anybody on my bargaining team have any more issues, questions, comments, deletions, regurgitations, allocations?
The only question I have is the fact that we had talked before about having some type of assistance with this voting from the county end.
Mm-hmm.
Can you kind of see what assistance there may be and get back with us to see how it might be able to be done a little bit quicker?
Absolutely.
Or how we're going to do this?
We can do that.
Cool.
Is online voting an option?
Only if you can make it anonymous. And that's going to be another issue because then we have to verify who's eligible to vote and then ensure that their vote is anonymous. So that's the hang up there. So it may have to be a notification by email and then a paper and pencil yes and no after the way we've done other voting.
So if we can help you guys push out to all instructional through email and notification of ratification vote, and then that would set the time and day for their voting, and then perhaps your building reps, could seal those up however you guys feel secure, and then if you guys need the district to run Jackrabbit to get them to you, we could possibly do some of that.
They have a delivery route that we can run.
Okay.
The issue, the assistant might be having the building rep, if we do it on a Wednesday, allowing the principals give the building rep the time to do that and making sure that people have the ability to vote during that Wednesday afternoon. So that may be where we would need some cooperation.
Absolutely.
And
We can
then-
guarantee that.
Specifically, there are a couple schools that do not have a rep that we will have to look into.
Okay.
either by having them go to another location to vote or seeing if we can
Get someone on
get
campus.
resources out there.
Okay.
Because I think there's 3 and there's only 2. Well, there's only Stuart and myself, so we can't go to 3 different places.
Unless you want to clone me, you know,
No.
I don't think that'll work.
One's enough.
our STEM projects could probably do that.
Okay, well, we'll make sure that you guys get full cooperation at the buildings, and anything we can do for you guys to help get the notification out. We're good with that too. So if you guys would like, do you want to go ahead and set up a new date for bargaining?
I would love to.
Okay. I've got Wednesdays open, 30th, 7th. I'm pretty open for a little while. Does anybody from my administrative side know anything that's that will be holding you guys back on any future Wednesdays?
I mean,
What time were you thinking?
What do we usually do on Wednesdays?
Isn't it 3:30 on Wednesday?
Yes, ma'am.
Usually. I want to say.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a pain, Chad, but I usually meet with my department chairs and team leaders the first 2 Wednesdays, and then I'm open after that. But again, that's just me. I can always figure out something else. Since you asked.
I'm good, but on those Wednesdays, but not till 4.
Okay.
I'm good both of those, Chad.
I'm showing something and I'm not sure what it is, so I'll have to make. I have a Berry CC.
I don't have anything on the 30th, so.
That's the only thing I have on the 30th at 3:30.
We can.
Oh, never mind. I know what that is. No, I'd be good.
Okay, you guys want to aim for the 30th, and then Sid, you be included also there.
Yep, we can shoot.
So, have we decided 3:30 or 4?
Or 2:30.
No, not 2:30.
All right. Hey, it was trying.
You can go for
3:30.
3:30 and I'll log on ASAP. I mean,
There
it's
we
not
go.
like I'm not late all the time anyway.
Well, they won't dock your pay.
Okay, so the 30th at 3:30?
30? Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, well, it looks like we've got somewhat of a course charted. Stuart, I'll notify you first thing in the morning when we've got that ready.
All right.
I'll send you a draft to take a look at, and then as soon as
Cool.
you feel good about it, we'll head your way.
As long as we're making sure we include everybody, I'm going to be a happy camper.
There we go. All right, well, if that's all we've got for today, it's 5:04 on 9/21/2020. Oh, Liz is waving her hand. Are you bye or a question? Oh, bye. All right, 9/21/2020.
Hey, Kirsten. Hey, Liz.
We'll see everybody later. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate you.
Bye, you guys.